Hey everyone, it's Coeval here. I am here on the morning of the Steam wishlist announcement for Arcanists 2, which is great. And what better way to celebrate that announcement than to share a intense game with you against one of the best 8 Grassy players, Spork. Here we go. We're both playing generic-ish books, but it is by far from a generic, kind of boring, slow game. So stay tuned, everyone, and you'll see. Okay, just to talk a little bit about the opening here. Tree is by far one of the safest openings in 8s and 10s. Has to have your opponent respond by a gate or a flash out. And then I get far enough that he can't mech arrow me, which is crucial in the early game. Assuming he has it, you always kind of have to operate from that assumption. If you don't, you can do some different moves, but I thought he had it, so I hid. Here I decided to come back up because I can respond with a mech arrow. Another option would have been to just go down to the side and flash out some space and say, okay, you're on the side for a few turns, or you're on the top for a few turns. You're going to be in danger of Ray in a little bit, and you have to deal with that. And Ray does 50 damage, as you guys all know. That'll hurt the prots. And as you guys know too from my last video, 8G, 10G, they're a game of protection shields. So there I could have towered out, but I decided to flash out to apply a little bit more pressure. And I know he doesn't have Mega Boulder yet. And so he trees, which is good, just kind of controlling my movement. And he goes for Pegasus, which is just super annoying because it's going to block all your nice juicy aim, your angles for aiming huge plays, you know, the DMBs, the MBs. So he's able to get that drain. Now we're pretty much at game turn 1, right? He's at 250, I'm at 245, so I tower. So it's basically like we're at turn 1 again. And now he's got a Pegasus up though, so how valuable that minion is, I don't know, but right here it's really annoying, right? And I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see better, because I can't really pebble. That angle is tough. One thing that you guys should know is that like when you're doing HG 10G, really don't be afraid to like just do a drain if you have that aim. Especially like in this situation, a lot of people would just be like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do, and just Q, right? But the reality is you just do a move, like at least do something, do some damage, you know. I don't know if I get much health back there, like 5, but I do some damage to the minion, I do some damage to his tower. Any sort of little bit can help. Yeah, I won't be able to detower, but you kind of take what the board state gives you, right? And I didn't really want to, I guess another option would have been to teleport to the left side and set up again. But then he auras and I have to like get out of that. I can't really protect from aerials here, and he can also ray me. He can ray me on the side here, right, if I go to the side. So it was kind of dicey. I decided to wait a turn, Lava Drain, teleport away. Here I have to be careful of Mega Boulder. I biff that jump. That sucks. And then I just go for a Mech Arrow, but the issue here is that now he's got a great opening to get some huge damage off. Now what else could I have done? If I could have got out there and maybe mudballed him, right? That would have been a play. And then he towers out and I can go back to the side here and maybe protection shield over here. Or go all the way down if I have time and protection shield. And then, you know, the game continues. I'll have Ray up when he flashes out of the mud so I can prot him, right? But instead I go for a mech arrow, and this is going to prove to be a blunder, as you'll see. Notice too what he's doing. He's bringing himself with the Pegasus. So you think, oh, why would he do that? He can just bring both, right, separately. Well, in 8 seconds, you've got no time, literally no time. And so he's bringing both himself and the Pegasus, like being twice as efficient, basically. So that's a subtle thing. The little F flicking you'll see he does, that's not really offering a huge advantage. But he likes to do it to get more precise movements, and he's in the habit. He's not going to be broken. If you're going to tell Spork to not do his F movements, he'll probably turn into like a 1K. So here I go for an epic mega, and look at that! So basically I've got no options. He hit me with a Mega, and I'm thinking, okay, probably he doesn't have Blast from the Past. I'm just going to go position myself up at the top of the map and just do my best to get a Mega off. And the precision on this shot is just absolutely insane. I mean, like, how difficult this Mega is actually cannot be understated. So just looking at this sort of board state here, I guess, if we're talking chess, if I am just like a couple pixels off, that Mega Boulder sails right past his noggin and just does 0 damage. But the very, very precise, according to my calculations, the trajectory of the Mega Boulder should be, I'm doing all these calculations in my head, right? And I'm sitting there, and it's all happening in like the blink of an eye. Like, we're talking 8 seconds. Boom! Look at that. Perfect. Picture perfect. Get absolutely fucking destroyed. Get on my level. In fact, you know what? He gave me a compliment. Spork. Spork complimented me after this. Wow, you always give the best the greatest Mega Boulders. You throw the best Mega Boulders in the world. Oh my goodness. These are the best ask DX, ask Luch, ask Spork, ask Pros. These are the best Mega Boulders I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, he just went full Donald Trump on me after that. And I was over the moon. I'm like, holy shit, I hit it. And I'm like, okay, I don't think Spork is going to respond with a Mega. But he would if he's staying up here, right? That's a relatively easy shot, right? Simple lob. Maybe it bounces off and I'm, left with 30 health if he responds with a Mega here. But I do have an aerial that I can kind of pressure with. Okay, so I'm going to knock him down. And I don't know, actually, at this point, actually I was going to say I don't know if he has Mega, but he used it earlier. So one option that he could do here is, and this is hard, I'll show you guys. But let me finish out the game first, and then I'll show you what he could have potentially done. But it just requires some huge balls. So he's going to go for this is like a tempo play, like efficiency, right? Okay, I am going to also do 15 damage and undead the Pegasus, like that's like a double, like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, kind of a grind you down, sort of 60G-esque mechanical, methodical sort of move. And I'm just like, fuck it, Mega Boulder, baby! So check out this angle. Look at this too. Do you see it? Do you see it? Look, there's room. Can I do it? There's room. Check that out. Oh, I already threw it. I was zoomed in so much. Woo, look at that. Oh my gosh, I moved the camera so much too, but I gotta go back. And, oh my goodness. So he goes for the ray, and I'm like, oh, no matter. I don't care for this methodical style of gameplay. Look at that height on that Mega Boulder. Damn, we're at the sky. How did I get so much height? Okay, I need to explain kind of the aim to you, and I can in fact do this for both Mega Boulders. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to replicate them because they're hard as fuck, but let's start with this first one. So, he, as you know, flashes out. That's a greedy move, but also he's saying, you can't punish this. I'm in great position to avoid a Mega. And I said, fuck that, I'm going for it anyway. And you gotta understand, this is super risky, and often I have games where I just fucking, throw entirely because I miss these, but I hit some of them, as you know, as you saw. Okay, so we're back, and I have the book, and I'm gonna position myself here. Okay, so pretty sure I just kind of do some F key movements. This is what Spork does. He does F key and then moves like that. But I'm just kind of getting into a, pretty ideal position to throw this. Probably go something like maybe that angle, or maybe a little higher. Margin for error is pretty small. And maybe something like that. Yeah, okay. Didn't quite hit it, okay? But you guys get the idea. The slight sort of, precise positioning, the movements, everything has to be so perfect Like if I just hit that and he goes to 163, he basically wins. Because okay, he does that same sort of continuation. He's gonna come up here, mudball me, and then he auras, and then I get the mega off. It doesn't kill him, right? Because he's at 163. Or actually, after the ray, he'd be at 113. That might kill him. I don't know. Could still be the same outcome. Because 113, you can do 113 with a mega. But that's how that first one would go. And as you can see, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I don't want to sit in here and replicate it. Take you through all the iterations. But just to prove how hard it is, I just did that on the fly, right? Okay, this one though, this one is really interesting. Okay, so you see here, I've got some room. I'm not so sure how much room I have. So what I do is I'm going to extend this. So I'm going to extend that. But the extend bar, my God, it's a whole new sort of animal. Like you don't really know how much power you're getting. If you go 50%, 75%, 25%, it is dramatically different than just the regular bar. So you have to have some practice. You have to be a super ultra mega sweat lord like myself to really know. Now also the other thing that I had concern with is that if I throw it at this angle, then I'm just going to stuff myself. So I wonder if my angle would have to be higher, like super high. But let's say if I wanted to throw at this angle, can I get the mega off? Like if I wanted to do this? Okay, so I can. And then there I didn't use extend. And you see I don't use extend, and that's kind of what ends up happening, is I go a little bit short. Obviously I can, throw it probably without extend. I did extend it, but I'll show you guys both. And again, I'm just doing this live to kind of prove to you guys how difficult this is. And of course, yeah, I let it go too long there. But we're going to try this one more time just to show you guys. Okay, so he goes for the aura, and I'll try this with no extend first. I would probably have to go like almost full power maybe. Yeah, pretty high angle. Maybe there? Even that is short. Yeah, okay, so you see how I ultimately thought this is going to be too tricky without extend. I need some oomph. I need some power behind the shot. And again, this is 8 seconds. I'm making all these decisions in 8 seconds. So I'm deciding, okay, I need to extend, but also if I do that same amount of power with extend, let me just do this to give you guys an idea for how far this will go. Okay, see how that's off the screen? Oh my God. Yo, what the fuck? I actually hit it. Wow. Okay, so I actually did a higher angle there. Holy shit. I did a higher angle there than I did in the game, because I know for a fact that I did not full power or almost full power it. I did a higher angle there than I did in the game. I'm going to show you guys this other angle because I think it's worth it to kind of show you guys how the trajectory for certain shots, the trajectory, whatever. Anyway, guys, I can't speak, but I can throw my mega boulders. All right, I did something like this, and I went like halfway-ish, I want to say. Maybe like that. Yeah, something like that. Okay, a little bit more oomph on it, but you kind of see the idea, right? I kind of wanted to end on that epic shot that I just made, but one other thing I'll show you guys, I guess, just to kind of, illustrate how much this extend, how much power you get behind this extend, is this. So, like, I'm just going to throw it at like a 45-degree almost angle. Look at this. Also, notice this is probably a stuff, like, I don't think it would go through, but since I'm extending, like, the bolt starts, like, above the map. So I'm not stuffing myself with this mega boulder. It starts, like, at the bottom of the power bar. So this is full power. Look at the distance on that. And if you just so much as, like, flub the angle by, like, a pixel or two, your mega boulder's going to go, like, 20 yards less or 20 yards more. I mean, it's just a whole new sort of animal to master the extend angle, the extend bar, everything, because the margin for error is so small. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go for this mega one more time, just for the lulz. I know we've been back and forth on this for so many times, over and over and over, but just want to keep trying this and see. So what was that angle I did? I did like full power. Was it here-ish? Yeah. So that's another option to do. Not extend, or if you're comfortable with the extend bar, you can do either one. But look at the height on that. Boom! GG. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick video on this 8 Grassy game. I've been grinding a ton of that lately after my post-staff era. And if you liked this video, please drop a like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it on the road to 200 subs. As always, thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace out.